The Vatican is one of the most mysterious places, and for centuries it whispers of hidden truths, forbidden texts, and unexplained artifacts that could completely change what we think we know about history. Some believe the Vatican holds secrets, things the world was never meant to see. Some think it's run by Illuminati, but the truth remains buried deep. From a strange flying machine to extraterrestrial artifacts, here are the 15 chilling secrets buried deep in the Vatican's vaults. Number 15, the devil and exorcisms. Even with everything we know about mental health and biology, exorcisms are still officially performed by the Catholic Church. According to the late Gabriele Amorth, the Church's most senior exorcist, he personally conducted over 70,000 exorcisms from his Vatican office. Today, around 300 trained exorcists operate globally, including 4 in Rome. And yes, even modern popes have done them. Pope John Paul II first performed an exorcism in 1982 on Francesca Fabrizi from Umbria. She screamed and writhed as he prayed over her. He said Mass for her the next day, and she went on to live a normal life, getting married and having kids. His second was in 2000, when a woman erupted during his public audience, fighting off guards with uncanny strength. The Pope hugged her and tried to exorcise her on the spot. It failed. Amorth handled it the next day, 2 hours straight. In 2009, Pope Benedict XVI blessed 2 howling men. They flew back 9 feet and calmed instantly. In 2010, Amorth openly said Satan was inside the Vatican. He meant it literally. In his view, the scandals and corruption that have beset the Church in recent times are all attributable to the devil. Even Pope Paul VI said something similar in 1972, lamenting that, from somewhere or other, the smoke of Satan has entered the temple of God. Number 14, Secret Vatican Vault. One of the most secretive vaults in the world sits under Vatican City. The secrets surrounding the controversial papacy of Pope Pius XII are now surfacing from the Vatican's once hidden archive. Imagine a vault that contains over 1,200 years of suppressed history. That's exactly what exists inside the Vatican's secret archives, now renamed the Apostolic Archives. These records hold some of the Church's most guarded documents, sealed away for centuries. But now, for the first time, parts of these archives have been opened to the public. Scholars who were once restricted to selective files are now examining records that stretch across generations. So, what have they found? One amazing discovery is a collection of letters from Galileo Galilei, written during his heresy trial in the 1600s. These give a clearer picture of how his scientific views collided with church authority. Another revelation includes confidential diplomatic letters from Pope Pius XII during World War II. Long criticized for staying silent during the Holocaust, these documents offer some clues, but also leave behind even bigger questions. Number 13, the third secret of Fatima. In 1917, 3 shepherd children from Fatima, Portugal, claimed to receive 3 prophetic visions from the Virgin Mary. The first 2 revealed details about hell and the rise of communist Russia. According to Mary, if humanity ignored her warnings, war, famine, persecution, and the spread of Russia's errors would follow. These first 2 secrets were published in 1941. The third was sealed in an envelope and handed to the Bishop of Leiria, who placed it, unopened, into the Vatican secret archives. In 1959, Pope John XXIII received the envelope but chose not to read it. In 1965, it was finally open, but Pope Paul VI still kept it hidden. Pope John Paul II read it only after surviving an assassination attempt in 1981. He didn't release it either, but soon consecrated the world to Mary's Immaculate Heart. In 2000, he revealed that it described an apocalyptic clash between good and evil with the Pope at its center. Still, many believe the full prophecy remains undisclosed. Pope Benedict XVI's 2010 remarks only fueled that doubt. Number 12. Extraterrestrial artifacts. The Vatican may seem focused on ancient scripture, but when it comes to science, they're surprisingly forward-thinking. They've hosted conferences on astrobiology, explored Earth-like planets through the Vatican Observatory, and openly considered the existence of extraterrestrial life. But this mindset might go back further than expected. According to some, the Church has known about alien life for centuries. Long before Roswell, they were allegedly collecting alien remains, technology, and engineering documents, possibly for weapon development. Though there's no solid proof, the Vatican archives were always meant to withhold knowledge deemed too dangerous for the public. They demonstrated that with the decades-long suppression of the third secret of Fatima. Conspiracy theorists even claim the archives aren't alone in this. The Great Pyramid of Giza supposedly served the same purpose, storing alien artifacts and forbidden knowledge. That's why they say both Napoleon and Hitler went there after visiting the Vatican. Well, none of this is proven, but the Church's silence makes it hard to dismiss entirely. Number 11. The Grand Grimoire. The Grand Grimoire is one of the few things on this list that's actually known to exist, but who wrote it and when is not so clear. Some believe it was found in King Solomon's tomb in 1750, while others claim it was written much later. Regardless, it's said to contain a detailed ritual for summoning Lucifuge Rofocale, the Prime Minister of Hell, along with other entities from the underworld. But to do that, the summoner must surrender their soul. A necromantic process that 19th century occultist A.E. Waite said only a dangerous maniac or irreclaimable criminal would dare attempt fully. Grimoires have appeared all throughout history, but none have spread as widely as this one, often labeled the most atrocious of its type. A French edition, Le Dragon Rouge, eventually reached the Caribbean, where it's reportedly still used in occult practices today. Whether it's 100% genuine black magic or a historical curiosity, the Grand Grimoire remains one of the darkest texts ever written, and one the Church never wanted public. Number 10. Proof that Pope Pius XII helped Hitler. Pope Pius XII is often called Hitler's Pope for his role during the Nazi era. It's true he never openly condemned them, but the Vatican insists he was opposed, claiming he circulated pamphlets criticizing Nazism, saved more than 800,000 Jews, and confronted German leaders. The Nazis themselves labeled him a Jew-loving enemy and allegedly plotted to abduct him to Liechtenstein. Some argue he was unfairly maligned, but two big issues remain. First, the Vatican still refuses to release key documents from its Holocaust-era archives. Second, those who have seen them say the Pope aided Hitler. Historian John Cornwell, initially seeking to clear Pius, instead found proof of hatred toward Jews, linking them to disease, undermining Catholic resistance, and embracing racist views of blacks. He showed the Pope knew of the Holocaust, but kept silent, even as Jews in Rome were rounded up. Some say neutrality protected the Church, but silence from the most powerful man in Europe only strengthened Hitler. Number 9. The 500-year-old Aunt. Two never-before-seen paintings by Raphael were found deep inside the Vatican, and this find happened purely by accident. In a chamber known as the Room of Tears, where newly elected popes pause for private reflection, something unexpected appeared beneath layers of soot and grime. During a restoration project, faint outlines of hidden frescoes started to emerge. Slowly, art restorers revealed a forgotten masterpiece that had been buried for centuries. These vibrant frescoes, filled with layered symbolism, are believed to be about 500 years old. But who painted them is still unknown. Some experts believe the work dates to the golden age of Renaissance art, the same era as Michelangelo, Raphael, and Bellini. However, no one's been able to confirm the artist. Some speculate it could have been one of Raphael's students, or perhaps a lesser-known contemporary of Michelangelo. The stylistic clues are there, but so far no one has solved the mystery. The artist's name, well, at least for now, remains buried with the work itself. Number 8. Proof that Jesus wasn't crucified. The crucifixion story lies at the core of Catholic belief. Without it, the symbols collapse. Michael Begant, however, thinks it didn't happen as told in Scripture. He did not deny Jesus' existence. Rather, he says Christ lived well beyond 33 AD. Allegedly, Jesus escaped execution by striking a bargain with Pontius Pilate. Rome, Begant said, found it useful to keep Jesus alive since he told followers to pay taxes. The compromise was to stage a crucifixion. Drugs like hashish, opium, and belladonna created the appearance of rapid death. These may have been delivered through the vinegar-soaked sponge lifted to his lips, allowing him to be removed quickly, alive but weakened. Begant admitted he lacked direct proof, but pointed to documents found by French priest Béranger Saunière at Rennes-le-Château. The papers vanished, and Saunière suddenly became wealthy. Begant suggested a Vatican payoff. In Saunière's church, Station 14 shows a full moon at Passover. Since Jews could not handle the dead then, the scene implies Jesus left the tomb alive. Number 7. The hidden room. This discovery reignited debate among scholars, many of whom now pause, analyze the sketches, and look deeper into their origin. Beneath the Medici chapels at the Basilica of San Lorenzo, there is a forgotten room that remained sealed for centuries. It wasn't uncovered until 1975, during construction for a new museum exit to accommodate growing crowds. What they found was priceless. The room is believed to have been Michelangelo's personal refuge during the political unrest in Florence around 1530. Its walls are covered with chalk and charcoal drawings, sketches of anatomy, rough drafts, and early versions of his future works. One sketch is thought to be a preliminary design for a sculpture in the Medici tombs, located just above this hidden space. These tombs feature some of the Renaissance's most iconic sculptures, like dawn, dusk, night, and day. Other drawings resemble figures from the Sistine Chapel, offering a rare look into Michelangelo's thought process during one of the most intense periods of his life. Number 6. The mysterious bones of St. Peter. One of the Vatican's most enduring mysteries, well, of course, aside from those tied to the secret archives, is the story of St. Peter's bones. The 9 fragments the Vatican identifies as belonging to the first apostle were discovered in 1939 in a necropolis beneath St. Peter's Basilica, placed in an ordinary shoebox. While that hardly seems a proper resting place for the man whose name crowns the church, the Vatican treats them with reverence. Back in 2013, the late Pope Francis presented the supposed bones of the first pope during a Sunday service, even pausing to pray before them. The account begins with a basilica worker who received bones from a casket inscribed Petros Eni, which is Greek for Peter is here. He placed them in the shoebox and left them in a cupboard. Decades later, Greek antiquities scholar Margherita Guarducci revealed the tale to Pope Paul VI. None of the popes, however, has allowed full study. A legend warns that disturbing St. Peter's tomb brings a 1,000-year curse. Number 5. Vatican Necropolis. It's strange to think that a parking lot project, specifically the Santa Rosa car park, led to the rediscovery of one of the Vatican's oldest secrets. Beneath the towering majesty of St. Peter's Basilica lies the Vatican necropolis, a sprawling underground burial site dating back to ancient Rome. Known as the Scavi, it stretches for hundreds of meters, holding tombs and mausoleums from the 1st to 4th centuries AD. This subterranean network was discovered in the mid-20th century and sits just meters beneath one of the world's most iconic churches. These burial chambers, adorned with mosaics and frescoes, offer a rare archaeological view into the earliest roots of Christianity. Excavating the site wasn't easy. Crews had to work with extreme precision to avoid damaging the basilica above. On top of that, the high humidity underground posed a serious threat to the delicate artwork. To preserve it, the Vatican employed advanced conservation methods, ensuring this buried chapter of church history would survive intact. Number 4. The Shroud of Turin. This is easily one of the most debated and mysterious relics in Christian history. Many believe the linen cloth was used to wrap the body of Jesus, as it bears a faint image of a man who appears to have been crucified. Its first recorded appearance was in France in the 14th century, but its actual origin remains unknown. Some believe Crusaders brought it back from the Holy Land, while others argue it's a medieval forgery. Regardless, the image on the cloth with bloodstains and crucifixion wounds has convinced many that it's genuine. In 1988, radiocarbon dating tests suggested the cloth was created between 1260 and 1390 CE, indicating it's not ancient. But some scholars argue the sample tested came from a repaired corner, not the original fabric. There are countless theories about how the image formed, ranging from natural heat to microbial reactions. Despite years of study, no one can prove exactly where or how it originated. Number 3. Codex Vaticanus. Inside the Vatican Library lies one of history's most crucial manuscripts, the Codex Vaticanus. Written in Greek, this ancient text is among the oldest surviving and most complete copies of the Bible. Dating to the 4th century CE, it remains invaluable to theologians, historians, and scholars worldwide. The manuscript first appeared in Vatican records in the 15th century during the papacy of Nicholas V. Its survival across centuries of wars, upheaval, and theological disputes is remarkable. The codex was copied onto vellum, a fine parchment, and originally contained all 73 books of the Bible. Yet not everything remains intact. Portions are missing, including the conclusion of Hebrews, parts of 1 and 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, and the entire book of Revelation. Even with these losses, the Codex Vaticanus remains essential to biblical scholarship. Its sheer age and near completeness offer rare insight into how Scripture was preserved, interpreted, and transmitted through the centuries. Few texts carry such influence. Number 2. A strange flying machine. Well, this is one of the few things we actually know for sure exists in the Vatican archives. Bartolomeo Lorenzo de Guzman's role in early aviation is well documented, and his designs for an 18th century flying machine were even shown publicly at Lux in Arcana, a 2012 exhibit of rare Vatican materials. That doesn't make the document any less strange. Lorenzo de Guzman, who was a Brazilian priest, was deeply fascinated with flight. In 1709, while living in Lisbon, he experienced his apple on Newton's head moment after seeing hot air from a candle flame lift a soap bubble. That led him to a series of increasingly bold experiments. Eventually, he designed the first lighter-than-air device, a small prototype hot air balloon. But Guzman wasn't done. His ultimate creation was the Passarola, a bizarre bird-shaped flying machine with tubes and bulging chambers. Some say he built a full-scale version that failed, while others say the Inquisition intervened. Well, either way, the plans vanished into the Vatican's archives. Number 1. The world's largest porn collection. Well, let's end this with something unbelievable. Copenhagen's Museum Erotica once claimed the Vatican holds the largest pornographic collection on Earth. High-profile voices like William F. Buckley Jr. and academic Camille Paglia echoed the same claim. As believable as it sounds, the truth is murkier. The Kinsey Institute found nothing when reviewing Vatican microfilm holdings. Then again, it's unlikely the Vatican shared everything or granted the Institute full access, since it had already refused them in the past. After all, this is one of the most secure private collections on Earth. Still, several eyewitnesses insist they've seen thousands of erotic works. And erotic art isn't new to the Vatican. In the 16th century, Raphael's student Giulio Romano painted 16 frescoes in Cardinal Bibiana's private bathroom, each showing a different sexual act in explicit detail. Engravings of the paintings soon circulated in Rome in the first Modi, a Renaissance porn pamphlet. The Vatican jailed the publisher, only fueling demand. The originals remain hidden, but today, the Vatican's indulgence, like everyone else's, comes from the internet. What do you think about it? Well, drop your theories below. And as we always say, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.